Have you ever thought about what it would be like to own your life? This is what I think it means to own your life. When you subtract out the sleeping time, commuting time, working time, and things you have to do each and every day of your life, most people don't have more than 1 to 2 hours a day to do what they'd like to do. And then would they have the money to do it? We've discovered a way a person can learn how to own their life by building a home-based business. And we have a system for doing it that is so simple, anyone can do it. It doesn't require selling, and the best part is, it won't take much of your time. If you're interested, contact the person that sent you to this site.
Have you ever thought about what it would be like if you could own your life? Well, what we think it means is that by the time you subtract out the sleeping time, commuting time, working time, things that you have to do each and every day of your life, most people don't have but 1 or 2 hours a day of their lives to do what they'd like to do, and then would they have the money to do it? We have discovered a way a person can learn how to own their life by building a home-based business, and we have a system for doing it that is so simple, anyone can do it, doesn't require selling of any sort, and the best part, it won't take much of your time. Because there's no other way a person can develop a residual income like they can from network marketing. You know, it takes 3 to 6 million in the bank at interest to give you $10,000 a month income, or 1 to 3 million in the bank to give you $5,000 a month income. We do seminars all over the world, and it's amazing how many people are making $5,000 a month and have been with the company a couple, 3 years. Now think about that. Making $5,000 a month, it's like putting 1 to 3 million in the bank in 1 to 3 years. I don't know any place else you can do that. So we really believe that network marketing is the answer for the masses out there. All these people looking for jobs, you know, they should quit looking for jobs and start looking for an opportunity.
What it means for me to be able to own my life is I can help other people own their life. This is a caring and sharing business. It's a people helping people opportunity. And what I think is so great is that you want to do something bigger in life. You want to do something more important. You can go on all those cruises, you can only eat so much food, you can only drive so many cars, you can only live in so many houses. But what is really important when you can make a difference in a person's life. And that's why I tell people, with a caring, committed leader that has a lot of passion about what they're doing, they can change a person's life. They can make that difference. And I know where we were, we had nothing. We were in debt. And Don discovered network marketing and how we could improve our life. Our parents had a hard time understanding why we didn't want to go out and get more jobs. But we knew that isn't the type of life we wanted. We wanted to have some freedom. And a lot of people today want freedom. They have young children, they want to travel, they want to do things as the different cycles of life go through. And if you're just working and so held down, you're never going to be able to do that. How many times do you see a person who's worked their entire life finally going to be able to go on that dream trip and they can't make it? Their health is maybe not good. How many people do you see when they quit working after 40, 50 years, 6 months they're dead? I mean, there's more to life than that. And for women, it's absolutely a godsend because it's a teaching and a nurturing opportunity, and that's what we do every day of our life.
Most people aren't used to playing with numbers in this way, But when you take a look at what this can do, you can get really excited because see, you suddenly realize that you don't have to go out and sponsor a lot of people to build a very large organization. So for example, you sponsor 2 people, you help them sponsor 2, that goes to 4, you help them each sponsor 2, that goes to 8, then it goes to 16. But notice what happens if everybody just got just 1 more. Of course, you now have 3 on your first level, 9 on your second, 27 on the third, and 81 on the 4th level. Now notice that the difference when you go down the 2, 4, 8, 16, notice the difference between 16 and 81 is 65 more people, and everybody only sponsored 1 more. Now let's fast forward this to having sponsored 5 people. 5 goes to 25, 125, 625. Now notice what happens here when everybody sponsors 1 more. Now you have 6, 36, 216, 1,296. So the difference between 1,296 and the 625 is 671. But now let's take a look at the totals here. Because when you total up the 525, 125, 625, that totals 780. When you total up the 636, 216, 1,296 side, that's 1,554. Notice the total difference there is 774. But what's the real difference? The real difference is everybody just sponsored 1 more. Salesmen their whole life are recruited by sales managers to sell for the sales manager. So when you recruit a salesperson into your business, what they're thinking is, oh, I'm going to go recruit a bunch of people to sell for me. I'll tell you right now, with that kind of an attitude, the person will never build a large network marketing organization. Because see, we don't recruit people to sell for us. We sponsor people so we get to go to work for them. To be duplicated, first of all, you have to sponsor someone, and then you need to help that person get 3 levels deep. Because see, they have to teach their person how to teach their person to sponsor, and then you're 3 levels deep. When the person that you personally sponsor is 3 levels deep, now you are duplicated. I have seen salespeople come into this industry and have literally recruited 100 or more people. And after 6 months to a year that have gone by, they're not but 1 or 2 levels deep in any place. They have not duplicated themselves 1 time. And if you keep doing that, it's just keep turning the people over, you'll never ever build a large organization. You've got to teach your people how to teach them to teach their people so you get the duplication going. Once you have taken someone through the system, they've read the book, they know how to drive. Okay, now napkin presentation number 3 is getting them started. Okay, the first thing you need to do to get them started is, of course, you got to get in the vehicle, turn on the key, and that's actually getting signed up in your business. The second thing you need to do is start using the products yourself. That's like putting gas or fuel in the vehicle. And then the third thing, the most important, is that you need to get the car in gear. And the car is not going to go anyplace until you do put it in gear. And the first gear is sponsoring that first person. And then, of course, you're going to help them sponsor someone. That'll put you in second gear, then teach them to teach that person to sponsor someone. You're in third gear, etc., and so forth, until you get up into 5th gear, and you're really flying down the freeway. As you're going down the freeway, you pick up a friend, you take them along for the ride, and they buy some products. Those become your retail customers. So the business is very simple, just so you don't get it complicated. Just think about getting in your vehicle, getting it started, putting in the fuel, and then putting it in gear. What you need to do here is to picture your business like a big building. Picture in your mind the biggest building you've ever seen in your life, and then imagine how that building got built. Okay, first of all, they had to dig the foundation. Well, that's what we have to do in network marketing. We have to dig the foundation. And notice that you don't see the building until after they dig the foundation. Just like in network marketing, you don't really see a lot of income until you dig the foundation. Now, if you're going to go out and just start selling people, then you're going to make some money right now, but you're really not doing anything to contribute to the foundation. But have you ever noticed that once the foundation is dug and the building gets out of the ground, how fast it goes up? Well, that's the same thing that happens in network marketing. That once you get that foundation going and you get out of the ground, then your income can absolutely skyrocket. And again, a problem salespeople have is that they don't dig a foundation. They just go so wide that when the building starts to go up, it just keeps collapsing on them. So you've got to dig a nice solid foundation by getting your people 3 levels deep. And you just have a little patience because they didn't dig the foundation for that building overnight. We watched them in Las Vegas spend a year digging the foundation for the Palazzo before they started putting up the building, and then they put up an awesome building. Just like you can build an awesome network marketing business, but you've got to dig that foundation first. This presentation shows you who you should be working with. Basically, you look at your organization as having 3 kinds of ships. You have gold ships, silver ships, and empty ships. Now, when those ships reach the shore, you're going to cash in on what's on those ships. So which ship are you going to spend most of your time with? Well, see, it's obvious when you look at it that way. You're going to spend most of your time with the gold ships. Now understand, back in the previous napkin presentation, we talked about getting 5, 25, 125. We're really talking about gold ships here. Because if you have some people who are not gold but empty, for example, then you don't count them as your 5. You want to have 5 gold ships. Spend most of your time with the gold ships, then spend time with the silver ships because you can upgrade them to gold, but don't waste your time with the empty ships. You will go down with the ship. Basically all that is when you're talking to someone, you simply don't ask them head on. You say, hey, do you know of someone that might be interested? So you're not asking them, you're asking them if they know of someone. And that's why we call it the third-party invitation. Cuts down on the rejection. Now, what I'd like you to do is picture yourself standing on the end of a dock. And you are launching ships, okay? Now, because most people, they don't have anything in their subconscious or in their mind about launching ships, then you don't have anything that's negative in your mind. So, for example, you want to launch as many ships as you can. So if you get a